Hello, hello, hello. I am the Linux Mench. Kdenlive is the video editor that I use to edit all my videos. It's free, it's open source, and it's available in every Linux distribution, but it can be buggy. And today I'm going to talk about it. So let's get to it. Right now I'm in my main production computer. I'm running archlinux with the DWM window manager. So this is Kdenlive. This is what it looks like, or one of the ways that it looks like, because you can change the interface and make it look and work differently. But this is the way that I use it, just in case you've never downloaded it and opened it up. Okay? And it's always been buggy. Now, I've been using this editor for over 3.5 years. It's the only editor I ever used. When I first started my channel, I tried a few other free and open source editors available in the Arch Linux repository, the main repository, and I didn't like them. So then I tried this, and this is the only one I ever really used. Now, it's always been buggy, but they were always minor bugs, and the bugs got resolved, through several updates. Sometimes it would take one update, or sometimes it would take 3 or 4 or 5 updates before a minor bug got fixed. But even before the bugs got fixed, it was something you could live with. The system was still usable until this past week. So now I'm just going to close this because we don't need it to be open. So recently I went 9 days without posting a video until I posted this one. Now I purposely took off several days just to give myself a rest because it's a lot of work making these videos. And then I went to make this video, and recording it was fine. Had no problem recording it in OBS Studio. Then I went to edit it. And so normally when I make a video, you can see this video is 28 minutes. Normally when I make a video, I make it, I'm usually able to cut it in half. If I do an hour of recording, by the time I do my editing, it's going to be a half-hour video. If I make a half-hour worth of recording, then I'm usually able to cut it down to 15 minutes. Give or take a few minutes, right? Or give or take 5 minutes, right? So in this video, I did 54 minutes worth of recording. And as you can see, the final product is 28 minutes. But when I went to edit the video, started editing it in Kdenlive, and I got maybe 2 minutes into it, and my computer froze. And this computer, my main production computer, I never had trouble with it freezing. So the computer froze, nothing worked, my mouse wasn't working, I couldn't get into a TTY. So normally when my computer freezes, and this computer never freezes, but normally if it does, I'll try to go into GNOME System Monitor or HTOP, and I'll try to close the app that I think is causing the problem. Or if that doesn't work, I'll do Control Alt F2, F3, F4, F5 to try to drop down to a TTY and to close my apps that way, or to reboot. But when my computer froze while trying to edit this video, nothing worked. I couldn't drop down to a TTY. I couldn't close Kdenlive. I couldn't do anything. But one thing did work. I did a resub. And when I did my resub, the computer rebooted and everything was fine. Until I opened Kdenlive and I started editing again. And when I got to the 2-minute mark, bang! The computer froze, nothing would work. The only thing I could get to work was the resub, which allowed me to reboot the computer. And this happened 6 or 7 times. And the funny thing is, it didn't occur to me that it was Kdenlive. Like usually when something like this happens, first thing I think of is there's something wrong with the app. The app was updated, there's some bug, there's something wrong. But for some reason, that didn't occur to me. What I thought, so this is my main production computer. It's a refurbished computer that I purchased, so it's older. It's not as old as my oldest. I think it was made in 2013, so still kind of old, right? And it's a mechanical hard drive. So I thought that my hard drive was going and I was going to have to purchase a new hard drive. So what I did was I transferred the video to another computer and tried editing it in that computer as well. And again, it crashed. That other computer crashed. And the only thing I could do was a resub to reboot that other computer. So then I realized, okay, so it's not the hard drive in my main production computer. So I went back to my main production computer and everything else was working fine. And I could even watch the video in MPV. It worked fine. In MPV, I could watch the video, nothing crashed, everything worked. So I started thinking, okay, the problem is Kdenlive. There's something wrong with Kdenlive. So like I said, I transferred it to the other computer and it was crashing as well, but not as much. And I was able, with great difficulty, to edit this whole video and to publish it. and I published it yesterday. Today is Sunday, and I published it yesterday on Saturday. And with great difficulty, I had to reboot the computer a few times. There was a few times when it froze, and I had to reboot it, but I was able to get this video out. Like I said, everything else was working. The video was playing in MPV fine. I just couldn't edit it before that. So I thought to myself, perhaps it's the kernel, right? So I changed the kernel. I'm running the stable kernel. So I changed it to the long-term support kernel and tried to edit the video, and boom, it crashed. I had to reboot my computer using resub. It wasn't the kernel. So then I downloaded to the previous version of Kdenlive, and it also crashed. So I didn't know what was going on. But anyways, like I said, I finished that video on the other computer with great difficulty, and I published it yesterday, Saturday, May 30th, because today is Sunday, May 31st, and it's 25 degrees Celsius. Sorry. So finally, I got it published. So then I made another video. I recorded another video in OBS Studio, and this video was 56 minutes. And this is it here. So this video, my initial recording of it was 56 minutes, and I was able to chop it down to 26 minutes and 14 seconds. How about that, eh? So this video, I didn't bother going over to my other computer to try to edit it. I just tried editing it in this computer, but I downgraded Kdenlive to the previous version, and everything was working fine. No computer freezing, I didn't have to reboot or anything. And 3/4 way through my editing of the video, bang! The computer froze. But this is what I realized in the interim. So right now, this is HTOP, and I'm in my main production computer. And you can see we're running at, my processors are running maybe half, a little less than half, right? 16 gigs of RAM, and I'm running at 2.5 gigabytes of RAM, or 2.4, and that's because OBS Studio is running. That's why I'm using so much RAM. So normally when I'm editing a video in Kdenlive, normally my processors are actually, they're running pretty much the same as they are now. When I'm editing a video in Kdenlive, they're running pretty much like this, and I'm using about the same amount of RAM. So right now I'm recording in OBS Studio, but when I'm editing in Kdenlive, it takes up about 2.5 gigabytes of my RAM. And what was happening is when Kdenlive started to freeze, within 10 seconds, my RAM would run up to 16 gigs and crash the computer. And because the last few times that the computer froze, I had HTOP open up and I was watching HTOP. And I saw, like, within about 10 seconds, my RAM would run up to like 15.5 gig, and bang, when it got to that point, the computer would freeze, and the only thing that would get me out of it was a resub, rebooting the computer using resub. Now, of course, some of you are saying, ha ha ha, you never use swap. You know, like I've had lots of people tell me in my messages that I should use swap. If I had swap, it would have switched over to the swap and my computer wouldn't have crashed. I think it still would have crashed because within 10 seconds, I saw it, and it happened more than once. Within 10 seconds, I saw it go from 2.4 gigabytes of RAM to 15 gigabytes of RAM within 10 seconds. So there was some type of memory leak, and when it did that, if there was swap, it would have switched over to the swap, but that would have gone up as well and caused the computer to crash, I guess, right? Now, if I went really fast into GNOME System Monitor and went into Processes and clicked on Kdenlive, right-clicked it, and forced to stop, it would kill Kdenlive, and my computer would be working fine, and I wouldn't have to resub it in order to reboot it. I wouldn't have to reboot it at all, or use resub to reboot it. But you had to work really fast, because when the RAM started to go up, when Kdenlive would freeze, and the RAM went up, it went up really fast. So a couple times what I did was, I left this open on one of my workspaces, or one of my tags, right? Because in DWM, they're tags. I left this open, and of course, when Kdenlive would freeze and start leaking memory, it would push it to the top. So Kdenlive would be the first one. So a couple times when I saw it in HTOP, Kdenlive, well, the first thing that would happen is that it would freeze. So it took a while for me to realize what was going on. So as soon as Kdenlive started to freeze and stopped working, I had to jump over here, and Kdenlive would be the first one because it'd be using the most RAM, and I have to click it on, right click it, and force it to stop. And Kdenlive would close. And if I did it fast enough, I wouldn't have to reboot my computer. I wouldn't have to resub and then reboot the computer, and everything was fine. So when I was making this video, like I said, for the first 3/4 of the editing, everything was fine. And all of a sudden, the computer froze. So I caught it in time. In GNOME System Monitor, I killed Kdenlive, and I didn't have to reboot my computer or use resub to reboot the computer. And I finished this video and I published it. So to download to the previous version of Kdenlive, I went into archive.archlinux.org. Then I clicked on this one called Packages, and let's make that large. You know what? Let's go back. Even this, we could make this a little larger. Okay, so then I clicked on Packages, and I scanned down to K, or Kdenlive. Click that on, and then I went down to Kdenlive, and there it is right here. I went in here, and I scanned down. So the most current version of Kdenlive came out on May 2026, May 7th, 2026. And that was the version that was crashing on me. So I downloaded the one from April 16th. Now that's working better, and that is the one I was able to finish 2 videos with. But that's also causing my computer to freeze and crash, not as often as the one from May. So actually, I don't know if it's a kernel problem, a problem with Kdenlive specifically, or if it's a problem with one of the other dependencies or one of the other files that were updated that's not functioning properly with Kdenlive. I have no idea. Because, and I'm only saying that because the April 16th one is working better, but it also caused my computer to freeze a couple times. And it caused the memory to go up, or the memory leak. But anyways, this is the one I downloaded. I clicked this on and I downloaded it. So I have a folder in my home directory called Old Apps, and I'm going to LL it. And I have 4 apps in there that are older. Remina, the very bottom one. Remina is the app I use to remote into other computers. And I'm using a version that's really old because the newer versions don't work when I'm trying to log into my Windows server at the office. So I'm using an old version of that. And I'm also using an old version of FreeRDP for the same purpose. So when I use Remina to remote into another Linux computer, I can use the most current one, but the most current one is not working with when I try to log into my Windows server at work. And the same thing with the FreeRDP one. I need the older version. FreeRDP 2 is no longer getting updated, and it's no longer available in the main Arch Linux repository. But you can download an older version of it. So I didn't download it from the AUR, the Arch user repository. I downloaded it from that webpage we were looking at before, from the Arch Linux archive, an old version of it. And I also need that in order to log into my Windows server at work. Without it, I can't get in. Okay, so I have those 3 programs in there. So now I have Kdenlive, the second last version from April, downloaded. And when you download it from the Arch Linux archive, what you want to do is type in this command. So you're going to type it in like that with a capital U, and it's going to install the older version of the package. And I'm not going to do it now because I've already done it. Now, if you don't know what resub is, well, for one thing, you have to install it and program it. Now, some people have mentioned to me in the past that their Linux distribution automatically installs resub and gets it set up and going. I don't remember which distributions they were talking about, but in Arch Linux, you have to make it work yourself. And the same thing with Linux Mint, I believe. So if you never downloaded my GitLab repository, download it. It's free. And this command is in the show notes of all my videos. And if you already downloaded it, cd into the Mench folder, cd into the Arch folder, ls it. See this resub file right here? So you know what? What I'm going to do is switch into root, and I put the wrong password in. Before I even do that, what I'm going to do is cat resub. Okay. You know what? Let's clear the screen. Let's cat resub. I'm going to switch into root, and let's just do it. I already did it, but let's just do it again. I'm going to run that command. I'm going to run this command, and we want to make sure that this is the one right here. Okay. And then I'm going to run this command. I already did this a long time ago, but it doesn't hurt that I'm doing it again. And then I'm going to run this command, and it's done. So once it's set up, and you don't have to be in root for it to work, let's just exit out of there. And you don't have to be in a terminal in order for it to work. So all you're going to do is, when your computer freezes, if you can't kill the app, and you can't drop down to a TTY, then you're going to hit Alt and the print button. And you know what? I can't do it. If I do it, my computer is going to reboot. So like I said, all you're going to have to do is hold down the Alt button and hit the sysrec button. And my button is, it has a print screen with a line like that. So that's how it's spelled, sysrec. You're going to hold the Alt button down and the sysrec button down at the same time. And then while you're holding those two buttons down, you're going to hit the letter REISUB, and it's going to reboot your computer. So when you downgrade an app, you want to sudo vim into the etc pacman.conf file with this command, and you want to hit enter. Let's just say no. Let's just go to the top, and you want to scan down to here where it says ignore. Now by default, this line 25 is going to be deactivated. It's going to be commented out, a hashtag or the number sign, right? And after the equal sign, there's going to be no apps. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to delete the hashtag or the number sign. That activates the line. And then after the equal sign, you want to type in the apps that you do not want to update. I already have 2 apps in here. Now I showed you I also had a free RDP2 that I need to, it's an older app that I need to get into when I'm making a remote session into my Windows server at the office. But that app is no longer getting updated, so I don't have to put it in here. But FreeRDP and Remina are already in there. So I'm just going to type in Kdenlive, and I'm going to save the file and watch what happens when I go to do an update. So it's going to update all these other apps. Oh, OBS Studio is going to get updated. How about that, eh? Sorry. See, warning, FreeRDP, Kdenlive, and Remina are not going to be updated. Okay, now I'm not going to update these now. I'll do them after the fact. And let's just clear the screen. And that's it. In this video, I talked about the biggest problem I've had with Kdenlive since I've been making videos for the past 3.5 years. Now, Kdenlive has always been a little buggy, but there are always minor bugs that I could live with until they got fixed in an update or in several updates down the road. But this was a major bug that's causing a huge memory leak. And if you don't catch it in time, your computer runs out of RAM and you have to do a resub in order to reboot. Now, I showed you how I downloaded to a previous version of Kdenlive and how that is working better, but not perfectly. I showed you how if you're fast enough, you can catch it when there is a memory leak. You can, if you kill Kdenlive fast enough, you can avoid having to reboot your computer. I also showed you how to downgrade a package. I showed you how to keep a package, a downgraded package from updating. And I showed you how to program resub in your system. So if your system does freeze, you can do an Alt sysrec REISUB and it will reboot your computer for you. Like I already mentioned, I don't know if this is a Kdenlive bug, a conflict with some other dependency, or if it's a kernel bug. Now, downgrading from the most current stable release kernel to the most current long-term support kernel didn't fix the problem. So we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, I found a workaround. Catch it fast enough and you don't have to reboot. If you do have to reboot, do a resub. And using Kdenlive from April 16th seems to work better than the May 7th Kdenlive, although not perfectly. If you are a content creator and you're using Kdenlive and you've been having problems with it, let me know in the comments. Or if you have any ideas about how to fix it, let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I am the Linux Mench.